Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF44 coming at you with another video. All right, so it's time to do an Apes Rant. Apes Rant because I just saw the SEC's very entertaining commercial. Very entertaining commercial by the SEC, the Security and Exchange Commission. The guys who are in charge with making sure that the stock market and everything that is supposed to run smoothly does run smoothly. And the meme stock situation is what we're referring to. They have a commercial where it's sort of like a Jeopardy type of setting, and one of the contestants says she's gonna choose meme stocks, and then you see the proverbial Family Feud X on the wall, over the name. If you've ever seen that show, you know what I'm talking about. They exit out and get the buzzer, and then it shows her money deposit going into like a little hole, disappears. And he says, "Oh, sorry, you lost." And then the next contestant goes up and says, he says, "Okay, what's your choice?" And she says, "I'm going to do a little research." And then he goes, "Ding, ding, ding. That's what you're supposed to do." And it's like, you know, make sure you do your research. Make sure that you know what you're getting into. Don't just invest in meme stocks. Make sure you do your homework. So, I thought the commercial was very entertaining. I didn't have anything, I'm always happy to see entertainment get jobs, right? I'm from Hollywood. I've been on commercial interviews, so, I'm not against people having opportunities however they come. Congratulations to those folks. I think it's responsible of the SEC to tell everybody to be mindful of making sure that they are investing in things that they are aware of. So I don't have a problem with the SEC pushing that message out there. Attaching meme stocks to it is a very problematic thing. It's problematic because it insinuates that the people who have purchased meme stocks have not done the research. And that's why this is a big problem. That's why this needed to be talked about. Because if you've been following me, you know that I'm very much a part of this AMC problem. It's a problem because the stock market is, corrupted. We found that to be factual, and AMC is one of the two stocks, as you know, that most of the people who have realized things are corrupt are using it as a protest beam, so to speak. It's a place where all of the retail investors who are aware of this and who have done their due diligence over the last year and a half have come together and purchased this stock with the intention of becoming a whale. And Keenan Grace described it perfectly. I encourage everyone to go check out Keenan Grace. He's much more intelligent and intent on explaining this properly. So catch him. He's the guy. But he was the one who said, "Yeah, this is what we're doing." Essentially, the best way to describe it is retail has turned themselves into a whale, and we want to have some say so in how things are done. And this is how we give ourselves some balance to the other whales out there, like BlackRock and Citadel and whoever else may be capable of having such huge amounts of money to invest and manipulate or whatever, or what have you. So that puts Joe Blow in a position of power, so long as Joe Blow stays next to the next Joe Blow, to the next Joe Blow, to the next, so on and so forth, together in unison, holding AMC and GameStop stocks. Now, there are other stocks, of course, that if you've been following this at all. There are others that have been shorted just the same. But the purpose of becoming hovering around AMC and GME is to centralize one singular or two singular points from which to focus all of the retail attention to, right? Of course, we know that this is being shorted, that's being shorted, that's being shorted, that's being shorted, that's being shorted. But if we go to all of them, we can't actually come together. You know what I'm saying? If we all just, I'm going to Bed Bath & Beyond, I'm going to be big, we will never have the impact that we're looking to have. And that is the easiest way to describe the understanding of those who purchase meme stocks after having done their due diligence. That's what conclusion they come to. That's why they put their money in that hole. and watch it disappear. It's not because we're idiots and let our money disappear. It's because we know that when we put our money on top of that box, no matter what the hell we do, it's going in that hole. No matter what we choose, whether we do our due diligence or not, the stocks that we put our money in is likely being shorted. It's like whether it's the greatest stock in the world or the worst stock in the world, at this point, short sellers are attacking things that have no business being attacked, shorting things that have no business being dissolved. And we, the retail well, is looking to the SEC to not educate people about staying away from what it is that we're doing, but to focus in on what their job is, which is stopping what it is that we're trying to fight against. We are not people who are not aware of what we're doing. We are people who have done more due diligence on stocks than people probably would under normal circumstances because of what it is that we're focused on. We have spent more time on this in the last year and a half than we've probably spent on anything else in our lives if we're focused on it like I have been. So to say that we are the people that you are following when you don't know what you're doing is not a genuine concern for the wide public who happen to purchase a meme stock. Because what the SEC is not telling you that is, if they purchase meme stocks and they hold on to them, we already know that the chances of them getting life-changing money is inevitable. Not possible, not maybe, but eventual. It is going to happen. It's not maybe going to happen. It's going to take place. So, because they know this, they're trying to keep other people from accidentally benefiting from it. Following us who know what we're doing, who are going to benefit from it for as long as we have to hold. Whether it goes up or down or super to the floor, we're going to hold till it squeezes. They know that. They don't want anybody accidentally just popping up and buying 100 shares of AMC a couple days before this happens. And they have to pay them people and us. Right? They want to tell everyone who's looking at meme stocks that you are an idiot for even looking in that direction. Do your due diligence. Find out that whatever it is that they think you're going to find out when you look into meme stocks. Because what you're actually going to find out is a bunch of videos like this. When you look into meme stocks, what you're going to find out is the people who are investing in these companies have very, very little interest in the functionality of the companies. Now, granted, AMC Apes, we have learned to appreciate AMC while being a part of this because we've been through ups and downs watching the company go from being upside down, literally upside down in the toilet, to in a position where they have a bunch of liquidity and a bunch of different things. They're investing in gold mining and all different types of stuff. They're changing the entire process of what they do within these companies. They're reinventing themselves. So at this point, yeah, we're interested in AMC because we're part of it. We have literally turned this company around and we're seeing where it's going. Yeah, we're interested in GameStop because GameStop was in the toilet when this thing started. And now they're in a position to turn into whatever the heck they want to because of all the liquidity that they're given even before the squeeze takes place. So we are invested now. But when this started, we didn't care what company it was. It could have been any company. As long as we hovered around it and made sure we stuck ourselves on it and squoze it to the heavens so that we can expose everybody who's otherwise trying to manipulate the stock market. Now, I know the SEC is a very tough job because this is out of hand. And whether or not it's something that could help all of us or not, it would benefit them greatly if fewer people own these stocks. Because the fact of the matter is they're going to have to brokerage a way to make sure that these stocks are paid out. And there may not be enough of liquidity circulating to assure that they can effectively do that. So they don't want people stumbling onto this thing. They don't want the wide public just happen to have 2 or 3 AMC stocks and now all of a sudden they can buy themselves some property. They don't want that. They don't want that. But that's what's going to happen. See what they're not. What else they're not telling you is that not only is this a squeeze play, but this is actually the biggest wealth transfer in the history of the world. We're talking about Mensa Musa type money going from one place to the next. If I said his name correctly, like big trillions. So you're talking about like a fourth of the world's economy, or maybe even more, part of this play. So of course they don't want the random public getting one of these. That is going to make things different. You know, it's bad enough a bunch of us have a bunch of these. They don't want just you or you or you or you stumbling upon the understanding of what this actually is. Because what ends up happening is millionaires put millions on it. billionaires put billions on it and it squeezes it to the heavens. They don't want people to find out what we already know. There is no risk to this play if you know that you're in it until it happens. There's risk if you plan on pulling your money out at certain points. Yeah, that's when your money go in the hole, when you lock in them losses. But as long as you're in this with us, we're going to ride it down to 50 cents and buy more. We're going to run it up to $500 and probably buy more. That's what they think we're going to sell at $1,000. No. People are going to buy more shares at those prices. Even though there's going to be a lot of people who cash out, those shares that are sold are going to be bought right back during the squeeze. I'm telling you, it's different. It's different because there are a lot of people who don't know how not to hold AMC at this point. They don't know how not to. They've spent their whole lives, well, not their whole lives, but the whole last 2 years of their lives, year and a half of their lives, centered around trying to make this happen. And some of it, yes, a lot of it is about making money. But for a good portion of people, it's about like being a part of something that can hopefully change things for a very long time. And so when you have those two kinds of motivational factors in play, people are not leaving. So the SEC can come up with commercials and air them through the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, the inaugural, whatever the heck, Olympics. They can do whatever they want. All they're going to do is take people like myself and give us more motivation to continue to purchase more shares. And spread the word like I'm doing right now. Letting people know that the SEC has got their own agenda, obviously. Clearly, they're not telling people that, hey, yeah, meme stocks are this. But let me tell you what meme stocks actually are. And what it is that the people who are owning meme stocks have discovered about us. And our unwillingness to hold those who are doing this fully accountable right away. They're more so concerned about stopping what it is that we're doing from happening, rather than to stop the people who've caused the entire problem. Having them face what they're supposed to be facing at this time. So I'm not surprised, right? Because I've told you guys, if you watch my Apes Rant, you know I believe that this is going to create a lot of problems for the SEC and for these different people. Like this is not just a headache. This is a danger zone for a lot of different entities. So what they're trying to do, and I felt like this when paying attention to the Terra Luna solution type of thing that they're trying to do, where they're trying to figure out ways of settling the Terra Luna issue. I do still believe that is them trying to get a taste for what people will go for in regards to massive amounts of money being not necessarily paid out or being snatched away, circumstances where you have to find settlements amongst the people when something like this occurs, where their money is snatched away. Now they're coming out with different stuff. Well, we could do new Terra Luna. Well, how about we do airdrops? Well, if we pay you out over time and we could do it this way. And that's them, in my opinion, trying to figure out what will work in regards to handling this. That's my opinion. I really do think they blew Terra Luna up, did all this weird stuff. Try to see if they can figure out a way to do a test run on solving this AMC GME issue. And I want everybody who watches me to understand that all this is doing is making what we're doing more necessary. Anytime we have disingenuous attacks from people who are supposed to be protecting us, we understand that we're at war with them. They show their hand when they do this. They show us how far deep they are into the darkness with these people when they fight on their side. SEC, this appears, it don't have to be this way, but it appears that someone paid you or someone threatened you to push out this propaganda. Simple as that. Someone paid you to do that, to tell the American people that meme stock holders are people who don't know what they're doing and should not be followed. Those are lies. The SEC knows those are lies. They see videos from people like myself addressing them all the time about what it is we're talking about in ways that are much more intelligent, much more detailed than I'm able to give you. They know what's going on. People write letters to them every day telling them what they see in the situation, telling them how much money has been lost, telling them what we find in the different data. They see the videos. They know what's out there. They are not telling you what you need to know. They are telling you what you need to do to stay away from being a part of the biggest opportunity your generation's ever going to see. That's what the SEC just did. They're assured that people are going to stay in a situation where they have no opportunity at being a part of this. And they're going to remember that commercial. They're going to be people who are going to be alive on the day of the squeeze. And they're going to remember seeing that SEC commercial. And they're going to remember saying, you know what, I was going to buy a couple AMC stocks, but you know what? Instead, I just looked at my phone and did a little more due diligence and bought something else that was likely being shorted. And they know that. They know that when you do your due diligence, you're going to read some bull crap. Likely. You're going to find something in Reuters. You're going to find something in Motley Fool. You're going to find something that's attached to the FUD of the world. That's attached to sending people in directions to put their money in places that's going to get their money snatched ultimately. That is what you're going to find when you do your due diligence. You're going to go to the places that come up first when you Google stocks. And those are places that usually come from people who are looking to short or do anything but make you rich. I'll tell you that. So I understand they want things to continue as normal, as usual. Their whole hope is that we can continue doing things as they have been doing because it works for some and it works for them. But it doesn't work for the apes. And the apes don't represent just who's here today. We represent who's coming. The kids tomorrow, the generations of who are going to be investing in these companies long after we're no longer. That's who we represent. That's why we're a problem for them, because we're not thinking about today. And what they are used to is people being so greedy and so self-absorbed and so skeptical and scared and so easily manipulated by their FUD that they allow themselves to think that we're going to walk away from this thing. They believe they actually have a chance of keeping us from this opportunity, from this fight. No, they do not have that in place. What they have is a bunch of people who are not leaving. A bunch of people who very much understand what their rights are, understand that we don't have any friends in the SEC or in any of these hedge funds. We can't put our money anywhere. Nowhere safe. But meme stocks, as far as we're concerned. Because we know what we're in for and we know we're not leaving. As simple as that. It's the safest place for my money because I know what it's going to do. And I know that everything else, anywhere else you put your money, is being extracted from unless you find some good crypto or something. But at this point, there is no good place to put your money. You leave it in a savings account, it's losing value, it seems. Put it in a bonds or something like that, it doesn't seem like it's doing much of anything. You know, gas prices, everything, inflation, everything is going up. Where do you trust putting your money? As for myself, because I know what that is exactly where the safest place for my money is. See, that's also something the SEC ain't going to tell you. That apes, a lot of us, AMC is our savings account. And it's not just because we believe in what we're doing. It's because we actually believe it's the safest place we can put our damn money. I know that sounds insane when you consider that thing was at $50 and $17, $15. But what I'm saying is, if you know you're not going to ever touch it, then what difference is the price? It's about where it's represented and what you believe it's worth, right? You figure that's money we're never going to touch. And that's another thing about this situation that's kind of funny to me. Because what they're doing is they're trying to weigh the price down in hopes of poor people losing interest in it because the value's low. That's the complete opposite of how poor people think, though. That's why this is so funny how they're applying psychology to people that psychology would otherwise fail against. When we think of things going lower in value, that means discount. That means it's more affordable for us to get more of it. We shop that way because that's what's best for us. So when you bring something that we want down to a lower price, all we're going to do is load up. That's all we're going to do. You know, and it's like people like myself, if I come into some money, I'm looking for the price to go lower. I'm not looking for the price to go up. I don't care if it goes to $30. I don't want that stock at $30. I want that stock at $5 so I can load up on it. You see what I'm saying? And I don't care about the pot being worth so little because I'm never touching the pot itself any damn way. They don't get it. They do not get it. If they really wanted this to work, they should have had that thing hovering in a place that was too expensive to load up on. I'd have had that thing hovering at $700 the whole time. You want to buy shares? Yeah, buy them. Go ahead. Can't afford them. Everybody has a couple shares because nobody can afford. That's the only way that's how they should have handled it if they really want to shake us off. But it just shows that, they're detached. They don't know the first thing about what we need, what we want, or what we're about. They think they understand us. That's why they've never studied us. They've applied certain things that have worked over time. They didn't realize we've evolved. They haven't. Their methods haven't. And now we've learned how to overcome those methods. That is the truth. That's what the SEC isn't telling you. We found something out. We figured them out. Simple as that. Got them by the balls. And now they're just trying to save their lives. They're trying to save themselves from as much trouble as possible, because everything they tried to do to shake us off didn't work. They tried everything but what they should have did, basically, as I just described. So now it's a big failure. Everybody's getting margin called. Melvin Capital's gone. One of the biggest antagonists of the meme stock era. Oh, the Melvin, Citadel, all these names. Melvin's gone. And it's like, we knew this was coming. This is what we're forcing. And we are forcing it because we understand that those people are a cancer to the market. And as long as they're in place, our kids, our grandkids, our great-grandkids, our great-great-grandkids are always going to be screwed over. And probably everything that they're doing to us, taking money from us, they're going to apply to them. They're going to take what they've taken from us, and they're going to do weird stuff to our kids with it. That's what I believe is there. That's what I think is in the future for us if we don't see this thing all the way through. They're not only taking money, but they're funding something. And I keep putting that in this camera because I know it to be the case. I don't know what they're funding. But nobody's just taking money just to put it in their back pocket and sit on it. No one's embezzling or snatching, stealing, pillaging trillions of dollars from the people just so they can put it in a vault somewhere. Nah, they're building something. And so that's what I'm trying to stop. That's where my head is, personally. And at the end of the day, man, the SEC, man, we knew we didn't have no friends here. You know that. The place is corrupt. It just is what it is. By sheer nature, it's corrupt. Because, these hedge funds have a fourth of the money. And we know that they don't. It's literally that simple. So when you're trying to hold somebody accountable, and they got so much more money than you, then eventually it just becomes a situation where now it's about you keeping your house in order while keeping an eye on them. And that's damn near impossible. Well, they have an unlimited amount of money, so bribing is not an issue. Unlimited amount of money, so threatening is not an issue. So it's like, when you understand the presence of such things, you don't even expect people to be on the up and up. In fact, I'm going to tell you something else. If I'm on the SEC, maybe I use that commercial as misdirection to make them think I'm on their side. Like, that's the type of thing I do. But, I just throw that out there too. Either way, I don't think it's best for the public to have that commercial as the only thing they see in regards to this situation. I think that the SEC would prefer that, and I think that that's a bad thing. I think that that speaks to the problem that we have right now when we talk about the corruption in the stock market. I think there's a whole lot of keeping people in the dark for benefits of anyone but themselves, anyone but the people who are in the dark. They don't care to help people who are alive today live more quality lives. I can't stress this enough. They're here to extract from us what it is that they want to extract from us and then send us into the oblivion. That is what they're doing to this generation today. We do not have value to them. We're in between something. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to explain to you. There's a 100-year plan taking place. This probably like year 25. They don't care nothing about people alive today. That's what I'm trying to express. They do not care about y'all, man. But we care about ourselves, and that's the point. We care about our kids. We care about the next generation. We care about not being in a world where we're lied to by the people who are sworn to protect us, to benefit the people who are sworn to take from us. We don't want to live in that world no more. We see a way out of it, and we're holding our shares because of it. If that makes us bad guys, I don't see how. If that makes us the ignorant and haven't done due diligence, I don't believe that would be the case. Hours and hours of watching people who've done hours and hours of real due diligence tells me that due diligence has been done in this world in regards to this conversation 10, 20,000 times over. The ape community is everything but ignorant as it pertains to what it is that they're involved in. My name is BDF44. I thank you all for watching, and I'm out.